Okay, hi everybody. And by the title, you might see that this episode is not the next installment of Fungi. The reason for that is very simple. I do not have enough animal episodes on this podcast. For a channel that calls itself mostly about animals, I have like one episode and like four other things. By the way, apparently, like the Langston dancing to Smooth Criminal thing, the Michael Jackson thing was really popular. I mean that, and it has 1.2 thousand views, which I mean isn't popular for most YouTubers, but for me it's cool. So I mean, so I'm gonna say thanks for that. And now today's topic is going to be about um lizards, or more specifically, venomous lizards. Um, the reason that it's venomous lizards is because there are so many different types of lizards, so I would skip over so many in this podcast. So I just decided to go with venomous lizards, and then maybe down the road, I will talk about non-venomous lizards. Now, the first thing that I want to establish is um the difference between poison and venom. I don't think I've talked about this before. Poison is when, let's take a poison dart frog, for example. Poison comes into play when you touch, bite, or like hurt an animal, and then the poison gets you. They cannot uh inject poison into your body unless you do something to it first, like touching it. Like if you touch a poison dart frog, the poison will go into your body, but it can't like jump on you. And then it would go into your body. That's not how it works. Um, and then venom is how an animal could sting, bite, touch you, and you still get uh you get like hurt. Like let's take a king cobra. If you touch a king cobra, as it's like not in its mouth, then you'll be fine. But if it leaps out and bites at you with its fangs, then venom will get injected to your body. So in short, it's the same substance. It just depends on how you're getting it. So today we're going to talk about venomous lizards, which means animals that can inject venom or poison into your body. Um, the first one that we are going to talk about is one of the more well-known ones. Um, I'm guessing you've heard of this, maybe not. It is called a sorry. Gila monster, sorry. Gila monsters are pretty short, just 22 inches on average, or 1 feet 10 inches long. Um, they have a pretty cool pattern. In my opinion, it looks pretty cool. And they're pretty light too, only weighing 3 to 5 pounds. They live in or they're native to um generally like southern deserts, like in the Sonoran Desert, like a desert in the southwest. You can see Gila monsters sometimes. And yes, they're so if you see one, just um back away. They can't run very fast, and they're not aggressive unless you like do something to them. They definitely don't eat humans. They generally eat eggs of turtles, um, sometimes birds, and other things. And occasionally they will also eat live small mammals or birds. Um, yeah, that might be it. Oh no. Oh yeah. They on average live 20 to 30 years, which like somewhere in the middle for animals generally in the animal kingdom. By the way, this isn't just for lizards, but I think it's cool, so I'm gonna share it. Um, if you don't know, all reptiles are cold-blooded, which means that their body temperature is affected by how the temperature is like outside. So if it's really sunny, then their body temperature will get warmer. So uh so when because it's so hot in this northern desert, their body temperature can get really high, and that's dangerous for it. So they build burrows and spend a lot of their time underground. In fact, one study shows that they may spend up to 95% of their life underground, which pretty cool in my opinion. I believe that's it. So our next animal is going to be a let me see, where is it? Give me a second. Our next animal is a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragons are really cool. They're the biggest, one of the biggest lizards in the world. And males can get up to 10 feet long, with females slightly shorter, being up to 8 feet long. They live in uh like East Asian islands such as Komodo and other places around that. If you don't know where that is, it's around Indonesia. And they they live in generally open grasslands with a few like scattered trees and stuff. Sort of like a savanna, I guess. Except it's in Asia. Males can weigh from 170 to 200 pounds. Females weigh on average 150 to 160 pounds. And they can run about 12 miles per hour. So yeah, uh honestly I would have expected more, but yeah. A cool fact about the Komodo dragon is until 2009, scientists didn't know the Komodo dragon to be venomous. They had known about it since 1910, but they had never like tried to discover or figure out if it was venomous until a little accident happened in 2009 that proved that they were. So only for the last 14-ish years have we known that Komodo dragons are venomous. They do it a bit differently than Gila monsters, though. How when Gila monsters bite, they hold on for up to 10 minutes. Komodo dragons sort of do the opposite. They'll make a big strike, and then they'll let go immediately, and then follow the prey until it dies on the ground, which is pretty gruesome. Yeah, they eat ma'am they really can eat any meat that they can get their hands on, even things as big as deer. And yeah, anything else? Oh yeah, they live on average 30 years, which is like around the same. Reptiles generally live like around that time, like 20 to 40 years or something. Yeah. Is there anything else? I don't think so, but no, I think that's it, which means time for our final one. Bearded lizard. These are very similar to Gila monsters. And if I had gotten a different picture, then you could see that they can also be orange and black striped. The reason that I didn't is I wanted to make it look a bit more distinct. They um are slightly bigger than Gila monsters, being around 35 inches or 2 feet 9 inches. I think, wait, is that 2 feet 9 inches? Well, that's 2 feet 11 inches. Okay, 2 feet 11 inches. Um, and they weigh about I'm forgetting now. Uh, about 4.5 pounds. They live in Mexico, and they're actually another name for them is the Mexican beaded lizard. Um, and yeah, they live in Mexican desert areas, similar to the Gila monster again. Their tail is about 50% of its length. So, um, that means that its tail would be around like 17 and a half inches. Um, and its body would also be about around that. This is all just generally. They're this is the lizard that we've known about. This was the first lizard that was discovered to be venomous. In 19 like sometime in the 19 late 30s or early 40s. Like sometime around like World War II or something. I forget the exact date right now, but yeah. Um yeah, they are um they eat there are omnivores, so they eat vegetables and fruits. However, they also can eat like bugs and other small like rodents and stuff, like crickets or mice or things like that. I believe that wraps up today's episode. So, yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the fungi episode coming sometime soon. I also have another interesting episode that I started preparing for about the the meteor that hit like Yucatan, Mexico. So stay tuned for that as well. And without further ado, bye bye.